start.
January 19th, 2019 is when we entered the professional wrestling business with Press Start. When I think of those two words, Press Start, that means that we're ready to enter the game. That means we are ready to show that we are number one. And that's what we did. When you get that cartridge or when you get that disc and you load it up, the first two words you usually see is Press Start. We've been in the game. But in 2023, it's not a game anymore. We went from C3 Wrestling to C3 Ultimate Wrestling for a reason. And we're going to show you guys what Press Start to. January 21st, 2023 at On The Square Sports Academy at Crown Point, Indiana. My name is Classic Alpha. And in 2023, I'm ready to press start.
Press start.
I am ready to press start.
I'm absolutely ready to press start.
The ARC says, press start.
Press start.
Press start. Man, you know I'm mashing the button. Press start. Man, you know I'm mashing the button.
That is exactly what Miles Mercer has done to become the champion, the C3 Ultimate Wrestling Champion. Mash the button. Whether it's manipulating people, outsmarting people, or the help of his family, the ARC, Miles Mercer is the king of the whole show, defeating the likes of KO Kendra, Caesar Dragon, and most recently, Just Amazing. Who will step up? Who will challenge him next at Press Start 2? There are a lot of challenges that are coming in, a lot who are ready to press start, but the question is, who will press start first?
Am I ready? The Elite Warrior is always ready. Press start.
Miles Mercer versus the Cobra, C3 Ultimate Wrestling Championship, January 21st, 2023. Press start 2. Yo, can y'all hear me? All right, we are on. Excuse me for being late. I have Justin, he's in the background. We will talk. Before that, I hope you guys are having a wonderful afternoon. Before that, you guys know I have to do the promos for the shows that I'm a part of and everything else. I'm gonna go quick. Out of Control, December 3rd, Holidays Barn Grill, Appleton, Wisconsin. I am in the title for title match. You guys know I'm the Now That's Wrestling champion. I go against the Mid Valley champion in Jaden Mercer, aka the Spectre. He's the only guy that has defeated me at Now That's Wrestling. So check that out, December 3rd. Then we also, in 2 weeks from that, December 17th, Street Corner Mayhem. It is a Now That's Wrestling show and a No Regrets Wrestling show. So you guys do not want to miss that on 10101 Market Street in Rothschild, Wisconsin. Here's a little, we got a Rumble, 25-person Rumble for the NRW World Championship match. Shout out to that. That's going to be dope. I'm in a 5-way. A lot of talented people in it. I'm the most talented. You guys know how that is. Then we fast forward to January 21st. Press Start 2. We coming back. We have a lot of things lined up. And since we are pressed for time, I am going to put the match we announced last week. It's going to be Chaos Control. Me and Joseph Ira Credit versus Legit for the tag titles. I really wanted Ewok, but Ewok is not responding and not answering contracts. So it is what it is. So now I have a chance for the tag title. I'm doing this because Joseph asked me, and I think that we can do it. I think we can give it a shot. It's been a while since I've tagged, but I think we can do it, you know. We're going fast forward again. A week from that, Winter Warfare by Now That's Wrestling in Appleton. Then we have Now That's Now and Forever, also in Appleton, February 25th. Then we also have March Melee from Now That's Wrestling, March 25th. So shout out to that. I'm glad to be a part of it. Shout out to my sponsors, Limelight Comics. They got a lot of good things going on. They got the you can support them on their website, www.limelights.com. They have digital copies of their creations. They have the Captivating Light. They have Conquer Crowns Amazon, the Me Gene. It's just a lot of things, a lot of good things for the kids. So shout out to everything that they're doing. Shout out to my second sponsor. This is why I hate being late. Penny for your thoughts. Young Expressions, penny for your thoughts. Sweets for your soul. Cookies, strawberry cookies, lime cookies. They're going to be all mine. So shout out to them. Can't wait for the show. We also have Yellow Pill. If it's coffee company, that's Kev. That's the announcer for the show for Press Start 2. Shout out to everything that he continues to do. Now I'm going to invite the guest. All right. Can you hear me, my brother?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
What's going on, my brother?
Not much, big dog.
Man, y'all know, if y'all look at the interview, the name of the title, but I just want you to tell them who you are.
Oh, well, you know, let's see. Do I got to go through this as worker-wise? You can do it like that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you already know who it is. It is the real deal with the superhero deal. This is Just Amazing on the line with you guys. How are you all doing today?
I think they're doing fine. They ain't respond yet, but I think they are doing fine. I want to start. I want to start interviewing people that are in the business. Not only that, but they care about it. It's our passion. It's things that we want to do and things like that. So there's like a few more people that I do want to interview, but one brother I really wanted to interview was Mr. Just Amazing, because we would literally talk about a lot of stuff with wrestling if we're around each other or not. We talk about what we like, we talk about what we don't like. You know what I'm saying? So before that, I want you to tell everybody what got you to want to be a wrestler.
Honestly, I used to watch wrestling with my grandmother's sister. Like when I was younger, that was something that I always kind of was interested in, and she would always come and pick me up from the house just to come and watch the old WCW, and like she had videos of like AWA and everything else. I know when I was younger, I used to tell her, like, you know, I'm gonna end up doing this one day, and I'm gonna end up I'm gonna end up being one of them guys on TV. And the first thing that she said is, "Well, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna be the first person to buy a ticket for you."
Mm.
Unfortunately, like she ended up passing away before any of that happened. But that didn't mean that once I got old enough and I got to the point, I was like, I could finally do this and I could finally see what I'm capable of in it. And I just been going with it ever since.
Yeah, that's that's what's up, man. You know, sometimes like, and I talked to RK Savage about it last week, and I said that I watched it with my great grandfather, and I didn't want to be a wrestler, but I loved it, you know. And it's just like sometimes I do think about like if he was still here, how he would respond. But I already know you making her proud. Shoot, you make me proud. You and Kendrick. So, so
I appreciate
it's
it.
I just want to put a light on that. Is that, you know, wrestling is something that is very important to many of us and stuff like that. Sometimes we have to prove not only ourselves but to other people that wrestling is very good. And wrestling can also be sentimental. Like there's trash views and trash things in wrestling, but wrestling can be very sentimental. It's not just a sport to us. Sometimes it's our heart and soul. And I see that
Exactly.
you do that a lot with what you do and how you carry yourself and being like very professional and stuff. Like the show in Dalton in it was September, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was September. Like, and to see like how you announced and was talking to the kids and trying to say like we're being involved and giving you guys something to do, because I know you're a coach over there, which is also a good thing too, because you give back. And how you spoke, I almost cried, but I don't cry like that. But I almost cried because of what you were saying and everything, and how you were being motivation, and how Kendra was also being motivational as well. You know, wrestling, we can give back. So I just want to give you your props and your flowers for that as well. So,
I'll take the cookies. I heard cookies earlier.
hey, cookies are good. Cookies are very good. So it's a couple.
Yeah, I
Rich says, and
appreciate that.
the fans love you. So I mean, like I said, I try to interview a lot of people with wrestling and stuff like that who do some serious stuff, you know, and take this serious. So I appreciate. I know you're not a I'm not a big talker though, but I appreciate you even being on. Um, Next question. Why is this a thing? Why is True Privilege Wrestling a thing? What made you guys want to start a company, give back, help people, give people opportunities, have some great champions? That classic alpha guy is very good. What
Oh yeah,
made
he's a
you
good one.
what made you guys want to start your own company?
Well, we originally were on our way to like Louisiana, and we there's literally like a 14-hour drive there and back. It was me, Kendra, and a referee that we normally take with us, Angelo.
Mhm.
We were literally all just having a discussion on the way down there, and we were literally coming to the realization of like the politics that's always behind wrestling. Like there's always something. There's always something or somebody who's always trying to make sure that the catchphrase "the boys" are taken
Mhm.
care of instead of the entire locker room. Like it's always that one person that, in all honesty, don't know nothing but knows something, but knows
Oh yeah.
somebody on
Oh yeah.
that aspect. And instead of the guys who's actually putting in the work and busting their ass, it's the guys that don't do anything. And people end up getting shortchanged, or you know what I mean, just different things
No,
like
no, no.
that. So we was like, we should start our own thing, and we were trying to figure out a name for it. And when it came down to it, I was like, well, we were throwing out all types of different stuff, and then I threw out like True Privilege, because when you think about everything that goes on in that situation, there's a lot of people out here that feel like they deserve everything they are getting in wrestling. When at the end of the day, it is a privilege to actually be in the ring to even show off the things that you have trained for, that you have learned. Therefore, you can actually show that you have the ability to wrestle.
Mhm. I love the name. I told you that. I was like, man, I wish I'd have thought of that name. It's a dope name. And I remember we talked about it because you had some people that wanted to give their 2 cents in, but still wasn't making change because they hated the privilege part. And it's just like, y'all don't understand it because y'all don't ask. Y'all just automatically just went with one word and got triggered and thought it meant something. But obviously, it's talking about a privilege for other people to wrestle and give people opportunities, because you're not one of them boys. We popping for the boys and stuff like that. You can do all that if you want to, but
Right.
that doesn't make you money at the end of the day. You getting a pat on the
Exactly.
back.
Just because the boys are in there don't mean that like the boys is always going to be the ones to end up going over, stuff like that. That's the reason why the logo is made the way that the logo is made. A lot of people see true privilege, but what they don't realize, true privilege is not just the fact of being a privilege to be in the ring. It's an equal opportunity for everybody, for every gender, for every race. That's the reason for the entire background. It's a white and a black hand shaking hands and showing unity, but it's also over the Chicago skyline.
Oh, it went out. All right.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
Back.
Yeah. Yeah, we good.
It's for everybody to get an equal opportunity in that aspect. That's basically where it comes to. White, black.
It's going in. Oh, it's going out.
Yeah, like I had a call coming through. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's cool. You busy? Hey, Kendra.
No. Chris said hey. She's saying hello. No, we actually on our way to the gym right now to open up the gym for training.
Training. Good. I'm glad you brought that up.
We're actually on our way there now.
Okay. So yeah, I won't keep you long, but how long you have until?
No, you fine.
Okay.
I got a while.
Okay. So if you guys do not know, not only does he and his wife own a company, but they also run training and practices. So if you are a wrestler or an aspiring wrestler, hit up Justin Hall or Kendra Hall, or hit me up, and then I'll direct you to their practices and stuff like that. I practice with them and everything like that. When I messed my knee up and I couldn't walk and all of that stuff, I had to come back and practice. They were there for me. They opened up their doors and everything. So real legit. You have a lot of wrestlers that can vouch for the company besides myself. So if you guys are interested in training, practicing, becoming a wrestler, being a referee, being a personality, hit them up. Hit them up. It's very good. Training is very important. And with Justin and with Kendra, you're not learning just American style. You're learning lucha style. You're learning Japan. You're learning a lot of stuff. The man has a lot of knowledge. Kendra has a lot of knowledge, to pizzazz, the charisma, to work a crowd, to get people behind you. Those things are very important with wrestling. So I do want to make sure, like, if you guys need a place to practice or want to start, look no further. That's the plug right there.
It's a good one too. Plug in, flip the switch. It's all good. No,
yeah.
But
So
with our entire training, like we focus on everything, not just one thing. Because you got certain places, not throwing shade on anybody in particular. There's a lot of places that just focus on one thing. Like they see you and they feel like that should be you. And at the end of the day, what their image of you may not be the image that you have for yourself.
True.
So when we train you, we don't train you and give you the gimmick. Whatever the gimmick that you want it to be is the gimmick that you want it to be. My goal is I'm going to show you everything that I can possibly show you. So therefore, what you want, you can use. What you don't, you don't. But at the end of the day, if somebody else uses that move that I've showed you, at least you know and have an idea of already what's going on.
Yeah, and I concur, because you had me doing stuff I would never do.
Yeah.
And it was like, try this. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm too big for that. No, man, just try it. And then I tried, and then I like it. So with training, that's very important to have people that train you to push you also, and make sure that, to know your potential. There's a lot of guys that don't train. They just show up and do a certain move they want to do and leave. Or some trainers do train people one-dimensional. So when you see somebody wrestle and then you see another person wrestle, you be like, hey, these two people got trained by the same person. No shade, because there's no range, there's no variety and stuff like that. That's what they were taught, and that's all they know. So I definitely understand it. And like I said, as far as training, they the ones, the power couple, they are the ones. They push you, they teach you all kind of stuff. And then with practice, people need to realize you're going to learn some moves you don't want to learn. But then eventually you can see how you can incorporate that into a move set. Everybody wants to do a move set, but don't know how to do no moves. So
exactly. You got guys out here that's been wrestling for a few years, all they know how to do is punch and kick. And
Yeah.
they're talking about they've been fully trained, but can't do a body slam to save their life. Just like things like that that just scares me. But
No, yeah, you're right.
Lily had a match with a guy, and the only thing that he said that he could do a forearm, he could do an elbow, and then he can do a tumbleweed in the corner. That's all he could do. I was like, so you telling me you can't even do a headlock? Do you even know how to lock up? Is the question, because everything that you just named to me was just things that are irrelevant if you can't do those.
Correct.
I mean,
correct.
like you need to have the basics down. So therefore, the first thing we go through all of the basics of everything. Once I feel that you're comfortable with that, and once Kendra feels that you're comfortable with that, that's when we proceed to the next step. And from that point on, we have multiple guys that's out here working now. And we have like 3 of them that are actually officially like fully branching out to like do other shows. We actually had one of our best guys. He actually works at freelance now. So it's like my whole thing is when it comes to training, there's a lot of people that try to strictly keep you there in one spot. You grown. I can't keep you anywhere. My whole thing is just let me know ahead of time. So then that way, if it is somewhere that I think that you're ready for, by all means, go ahead. Even if you're not ready for it, that's still your choice if you want to go. But at the end of the day, I want you to be safe. I don't want anybody to have to go through the issues that I went through when I started wrestling. There was multiple issues that went through with wrestling. That's when everybody's talking about it's the new school way and then it's the old school way. There's still an old school way past of when I started. But at the end of the day, the things that I went through, I let them know officially as we go through our practices, the scenarios that I've went through. So therefore, you're not put in that situation as well from when I went through it.
Somebody said freelance or freelance underground for the company.
I believe both.
Okay.
Xavier Sky came from us and went to freelance.
Yeah, that dude is a great wrestler. He's so humble. Him and his little afro.
Very humble.
But going into like even like critiques and stuff like that, and I've asked RK Savage this too. Sometimes there are some things that we don't like. So without saying any names, because it's hard for me, what are some things and aspects that you don't like that's in wrestling right now?
People that don't actually give the respect of knowing when someone's moves is their moves and they continue to do it all throughout the entire show.
I'll
see you in a few minutes.
It's all about the respect of the locker room, and a lot of people don't do that anymore.
If any wrestlers are here, have them help you.
I've seen it. And when wrestlers actually go to social media and they say, hey, this person did this or took this from me, people like to give pushback. Oh, they're not looking at you. I'm like, hey, it's a small world.
Okay,
it's a small world.
On that aspect, I mean, like everybody uses moves. Moves are universal. I get that. But I mean, if we're on the same show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's trifling.
that's what I mean. Like I'm everybody uses the same moves. I've used moves for multiple people as well, of course. It's just the fact of when you're at a show and you're both trying to do the same move, instead of giving the respect of who's going to be going out first. If that person's going out first and they want to use that move, okay. You should have the knowledge to be able to alternate and switch it up and do something else.
Yeah. Versatility is a very important thing. And then if you know somebody does something and it's their finisher, don't do it. Don't do it.
Exactly. That is the biggest.
Don't do it.
That is the biggest piece.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
I've seen video. I'm like, bro, hey, this look familiar, and it's exactly what you did. So respect. It goes a long way, and it's like sometimes you can talk to people and say, hey, I want to do this and that. And it will go from there. But now everybody's trying to go viral. Everybody's trying to do something. If one person do something important or millions of views, everybody else is going to do the same thing. So I definitely understand because I've seen.
Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm sorry.
Hold on. It messed up.
I get exactly what
Can you hear me, Justin?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay.
It's
But
all about going
nah,
viral now. Is basically what you're saying. But like, here's the thing about the whole going viral. Like we said, back in the day, it was a whole lot different because at the end of the day, that social media wasn't as big as it was now. So you literally had to put in the extra work to actually show that you knew what you were doing. Now you can go on there and you can post a video of like one cool move that you do that nobody else really does out there, and now all of a sudden you're viral. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, yeah,
actually,
yeah,
it's not so much like you're putting in the work, but at the same time you're not putting in the work. You know what I mean? Like, hints
yeah.
of like I've been off of social media for almost a whole year now.
Yep, that's a fact. I
But
was
at the end
surprised
of
I
the day,
tagged you.
but at the end of the day, I'm still getting booked at other places. I'm still doing multiple shows, and at the same time, we're still training and we're still running a school and a business. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's showing the work instead of just going on there like, hey, look, guys, this is what I got. This is what I'm doing. You know, like it would help, of course, but at the same time, you got it's multiple things. Like it's a hit and miss with that, depending on who's around and just egos. Basically, is how I feel. Just egos around everything.
No, but you kind of you brought up a great point though, because a lot of people they do stuff on YouTube and Facebook and stuff, and they do that to get booked. And some people don't get booked even when they get viral. You said you was off of social media for a year, and business was booming still. Training, wrestling, being booked at other shows. People still know who you are, and I think like social media everybody will do anything, a stab a friend in the back for views and stuff like that. Still moves from wrestlers and lie. You know, it's bad enough that wrestling is hard. I don't want to say it's hard, but it can be difficult to be authentic with certain
Yes,
things because everybody does everything. But then it's just like you
everything.
said, you find something and you can find something from a clip years ago and bring it to the light and do it your way. And then somebody else will look at it, watch a tape, and do the same move. And then when you address them, oh, I didn't know. Oh, I've been studying. It's just like, no, there's no way. there's
Absolutely.
no there's no way you was playing Def Jam Vendetta and
Right.
you decided to pick that move. There's no way. And accountability, it goes far. You know, just be straight up with it. But no, I definitely understand because you work hard. You work so hard to have a different move set from everybody.
Right.
And for somebody to like try to take it or emulate it, it is disrespectful. So because it's not a tribute, you're still alive. You still wrestle, you know.
But like I said, like wrestling moves are universal. Like I said, the only time that I have an issue with it if you try to use the same move on the same show as the person that does the move.
Yeah.
That's like me. That's like me going on a show with Osprey and using the Stormbreaker before he could. Like that. That. Come on now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
If it's
what are you
yeah.
doing? What are you doing?
Right. Yeah.
Why are you doing it?
Yeah. It's common courtesy, especially if you know this wrestler uses a certain move. You shouldn't do it. If somebody
And I,
does a 450, you shouldn't do a 450.
which is true.
So,
But at the same time, like this is why practice is so necessary because everybody uses moves that are universal. But the goal of the matter is you can learn that move. Nobody said you can't learn that move. But the goal is if you learn that move, learn the move and make it your own. That is one of the main things that I try to do when I'm out there working, when I try to show my guys anything. It's all about trying to make the move your own. You don't want to go out there and you're still doing the same move exactly how the other guy is, because then all they're going to do is let you know that you're repeating something that somebody else did.
mm-hmm.
So
that's yep.
it's not even about just the moves. Making sure that you can do those moves and have your character behind it, not a character that somebody else tries to give you, what you want to be when you're out there in the ring. For a long time, I was out there in the ring doing everything that any promoter asked me. They want me to be this guy. They want me to be that guy. But at the end of the day, it just wasn't fitting for me. Like, it's one of those, you want me to be serious. You want me to be crazy. You want me to be the happy-go-lucky. You want me to be the naive guy? Like none of that. None of that is me. I remember when I first started, I wasn't the real one originally. I was literally they called me the heaven sent angel. I'm like, oh my God, like why? Why? End up getting the whole gear set up and everything. I was like, Jesus Christ, I shouldn't even no. But then from that point on, it transitioned. You get what I'm saying? It's like, so now I go out there and I'm me. Like, that's the reason why me and Kendra, when we come out, we say that we're from the YOLO Nation. So you only live once. So I'm not going to go out there and try to be somebody that you want me to be. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be me. And once I got to that realization and I got comfortable with just going out there and being how I wanted to go out there, everything changed. Everything started going smoothly and everything started working out for itself.
It works because it's who you are. And I know a lot of people, they get on Facebook and they talk about they try so hard to be themselves, but then like they lose bookings over it. Sometimes you will lose bookings over that because they liked what you was with what they liked. You might have thought it was like you didn't like it or whatever like that, but at the same time, that's not you. And some wrestlers are fine with changing who they are in certain things before wrestling or whatever. And that's fine too. We're not attacking that at all. But sometimes it takes a while to find yourself. If it takes a while to find yourself in life, it definitely takes a while for you to find yourself in wrestling. Prime example, me and my brother-in-law, we acted like we was from the South. I'm from the South, but he's from the South too. Remember the grills, the little fake grills? Yeah, we had the chains, we had the button-ups, we had a whole bunch of stuff. That was not really me. I never wore a grill. I had chains, but not that thick and fake. It was a fake chain, y'all. Shocker. I didn't have a lot of stuff. I had the Uso shorts. Remember the black and white, the Uso shorts and stuff. So we fast forward now, I'm Classic Alpha. And to me, that's an extension of myself, just a positive person, try to do the best, try to get everybody excited for wrestling because we care about it. It's our artwork. It's our pen and pad, the ring and stuff like that. So when you see it, just amazing. Way of life. When you see a KO Kendra, you know that it's them. It's just with a megaphone, if you want to say, just a louder version. Hey, I'm gonna show you guys. You only live once. Oh, he's a daredevil. KO Kendra. Oh, she's gonna beat up somebody. She gonna knock somebody out. You know what I'm saying? So that this is the kind of thing that works for character development. And like you said, with your training, which I will always say, you help people with that. You push people for promos. You had Apollo doing it, his son doing promos. So it's very important. Promos are a very important part of it. And you pushing guys. It's not about moves. It's a whole system. Like you said, it's a way of life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. And not only that, we take care of our own too. So like, not only are we just training the guys, we making sure that they have everything. When we have training with certain people that start off, we have what they call a donation bag. So for anybody who's starting out and who doesn't have anything, there is a bag that we have that people are able to use until they actually get the money for what they need. You know what I'm saying? Like we have shoes. Like I still have like 5 pairs of wrestling shoes that hasn't even been used that was donated to the bag. So if anybody else needed it when they started, they can use those shoes until they get their own. And then once they get their own, they go right back in the bag for the next person who might need it if they want to start. We've had people donate like wrestling tights. We've had people donate kick pads, elbow pads, just things and related because of the fact they understand that they didn't have anything when they started and now they can give back as well.
Oh God. T-Bone is here and he brought up the name. He remembers the name that I was a part of, the Southern Smash Brothers. I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah, that was a piece of history I was gonna leave. But yeah, it was the definitely the Southern Smash Brothers with a record at 0 and 100. But yeah, when we grow and we evolve, and like I said, whatever it was, we gave 100%. You know what I'm saying? And that's a very important take on wrestling in general, is to always give 100%. And even if you are trying to figure out who your character is, it's okay to ask somebody. It's okay to ask for help. Some people do it for free. Some people charge. I'd say find the people that do it for free. But it's very challenging at times. You know, we've all been through it, like you said, and stuff like that. So as far as practicing goes, I want to say this. I should have practiced the move that hurt me. And the funny thing was, I was going to his practice consistently, and like a coach, he said it right. I should have practiced it when I was there. And me being me, hard-headed, I didn't practice it, and I paid for it for about 3-4 months. So this is like I said, training and concern, and like you said, giving back, even like having a gear bag for people and stuff like that. You know, we really didn't have that stuff. We had to buy our own things. You know what I'm saying? So that's always a thing. Sometimes you don't know who you're helping. You could be helping the next top star and stuff like that, and they'll show gratitude by, hey man, I didn't have this and stuff. Wrestling gear and wrestling practice stuff can be expensive. So for you guys who even have something for the guys and stuff like that. And some people are prideful. I understand. Hey, I don't want people to know I might not have it, but shoot, if you need it, then go ahead. You know, we all need help sometimes. So it's always a great thing that I love about you guys, to where you guys have true grit and passion for the business, to where if you don't even have a facility to train in, you do it in your backyard or anywhere or whatever like that. Like you try to make sure, you and Kendra try to make sure that practice happens. If not, we working out. You got to work out or something like that. Is some you try to push for the best, because
Right.
you know, when I started, you and Kendra were there, and then we used to go to our trainer's backyard and set the ring up sometimes because he had no facility and stuff like that. And that stuff
set
that
it up and tear it down the same day, then come back the next day and do it all over again.
Yeah, so those are things that I'll never forget. You know, I need to go back to being that hungry again. Not saying that I'm not hungry, but was just like looking forward to practice like every time. It's just like, oh, okay, well, we got to set it up. We got to set it up. You know, I got old now, but still.
Yeah, I agree. But my only thing about that, like right now, like I don't like being that person, but I can say like majority of the generation now that's training right now is soft. When I say soft, they soft because of the fact of when it comes down to the realization, like you said, hungry for practice. If you're hungry for practice, I don't understand why half the time it's like, oh, well, I don't have a ride, or I don't have gas money, or I don't have this, I don't have that. Which in a lot of senses, a lot of people say that, but at the end of the day, you remember when we were there for training, I used to ride my bike from South Holland all the way to Indiana. If I didn't ride a bike, I had rollerblades, dude. I would rollerblade. If I had a little bit of money, I would use the bus for part of the way and then bike or rollerblade the rest of the way, and then do the same thing back home. So I was already getting half of a workout in, and then continuing to work out, and then wrestle, and then do a workout basically to go home. But you got guys now that's like, oh, I can't make it. It's like, dude, there's always a way to make it. It's just up to how serious you are about this.
Yeah, how you want to put that effort in. You know, it's so easy for us to say we want people to support us, but you got to support yourself as well. And you also got to support the facility that you're training in, or the spot that you're training in. You got to support. You know, you can't. It's no freebies. You can't do a lot of freebies. Eventually, you know, freebies. People call you a bum, unfortunately. So you have to give back. So, like you said, you rollerblading, riding the bike, you have to walk and stuff like that. And these are things that I've seen, and me and Shay have seen and stuff like that. And it's just like, hey, if you want to practice, you want to practice. If you want to show how devoted you are to the show, send a promo, send resumes, ask, do they need anything? Hey, do you need some help? Stuff like that. You know, it's easy to say something, but actually doing it is where the hard work comes in. And I'm not saying that as it's easy, but you have to do it. You have to at least try. So I definitely understand that.
Right. And not even that. When we went into practice, practice is so different now. Like you got to stretch, you got to stretch, you got to work out, you got certain drills that you do. They instantly go straight into drills. I got my ass handed to me before I could even do anything. When I first got in there, when it came to doing a body slam, I had to get body slammed by everybody in the building, and there was like 30 people in the building. I had to get body slammed 30 times before I could actually give a body slam. Then when I give a body slam, I had to give it to everybody, and that included T-Bone Big Self. So it was a lot behind that, like body slams, suplexes, DDTs, everything that you could possibly think of that was basic is what we had to do. But I had to take it from everybody first before I could even give it, because that was their way of seeing how tough is this kid and how tough is he going to be? Is he actually going to come back? If he come back, that let us know that he's worth something.
Yeah.
Instead of just being able to show off the athletic, instead of showing off the athletic ability that people do now, and they be like, oh yeah, that kid's good, let's put him in this and that. Like I didn't. It's a whole different scenario now. Like,
yeah. I remember those lines, those drills and stuff. But to me, I think it made us better. And then it was like if one person messed something up, everybody had to do push-ups or sit-ups. So I remember I had a hard time hitting forearms on people's backs, and he would make us do sit-ups and push-ups, and everybody had to do them and stuff like that. So before we got into the ring, we had to do exercises. We used to have to run around the block. So I remember all that, like you said. I think people just come in and do drills and record that they doing drills and think they doing something. And I'm like, nah, it's more to it than that.
I think it's behind us.
Yeah, man.
So I definitely understand that. So before I let you go, is there anything coming up big that you would like to tell everybody, or anything, the way to contact you besides Facebook or anything like that?
So if you are to contact, you can contact the True Privilege Wrestling page on Facebook. If not, contact there. We also have an email, which is trueprivilegewrestling@gmail.com. Also, telephone numbers, which is 708-800-1635. If not, vice versa, 1688, because that is mine and hers. We also will be trying to do our next anniversary show this upcoming January. The date is to be decided because we're going through the Park District with that. And also, the company is for family orientation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about having families be able to come out and enjoy a night of wrestling. You got certain grown-ups is like, I used to watch wrestling, but I don't watch it anymore. But then at the end of the day, your kids still do. So therefore, that's something that you guys can obviously have in common, to have a night out to enjoy each other's company and see that this is something that you guys can bond on once again. So yeah, it's all about being able to do that. Hence of why you said in September, we did a fundraiser for the Dalton Bears Youth Football League. All of the proceeds went to the Dalton Bears. The goal was there is to thank each and every parent that is actually giving the care to put their child in some sort of program, instead of just letting them go out and do whatever they're doing, and then you have no idea. Then you get that random phone call, that random scary phone call, because your son's out there or your daughter's out there, and you had no idea that they was even over there in that area. These parents are actually putting themselves out there to show that they can actually be a good parent and put them in something that whether they enjoy or their adults, or the adults are enjoying, but then it's something that they can get together.
Yeah. And it's a class act that you guys are doing, and I was even glad to be a part of it, because a lot of people say Illinois this, Illinois that, we need to do this and we need to do that. Y'all went out and did it. You get what I'm saying? And not even just in Dalton, just for a lot of spots and stuff. Like, you would say, hey, we need to do a benefit show for this person. We need to do this and we need to do that. When it's somebody's birthday, you make it special for them. Get a cake, we celebrate and all of that stuff. Family oriented is very important, because the family structure is getting so shooken and messed up. It's okay to just go out and enjoy a wrestling show. And it's like, if you used to watch it, you probably still love it. It's something that you love about it. And if you go to a True Privilege show, I bet you'll love it again.
Every single
I,
show that
I,
we do, we celebrate birthdays in that month. Every single show.
yeah, very. It's those things are very important for family. Is to get acknowledged stuff and make people feel special. So I feel special wrestling for y'all. But it's like I said, it's a great thing to even be a part of True Privilege Wrestling. I'm glad to be there with you guys. I'm glad that you still book me because I'm me. But
But at the same time, let's not bypass C3 Wrestling. Like, that is a great company as well. Like, you are putting on a platform at the same time as I am, and I can honestly say that you actually have a very good platform as well for yourself. And as far as you getting sponsorships and everything, from watching you from when you first started till now, I can honestly say I am very proud of the wrestler and the man that you become as far as being a wrestler. Because at the end of the day, half of the guys that we've been with are gone. Like legit, like gone. They're like they hung it up or they disappeared or something. Like a lot of us are not even out here anymore. And to see that the fact that not only are you still out here wrestling with me, but you still have the same drive and commitment as wrestling as I do. So I just want to say that I'm proud of you and Shay for everything that you do for the company that you run and for the guys that you run to in the back.
Oh man, I ain't got no tissue, so I ain't gonna cry. But no, I appreciate that. And it's like the interviews that I'm trying to do from now on is trying to help people with the business. And it's like the people that I'm interviewing and stuff like that, or people that's been in the game, or they're still trying to find their footing, but I know that they can give back. And it's like you said, a lot of the guys that we started with, they're gone. And I'm thankful. I thank God that like we still doing it and stuff because we understand why some left, some from jobs, some from injury, some because they went through a dark time, some felt like they weren't good enough, some went, pain, all of that stuff. Like there's a lot of things that hey, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We
just saying. Relationships. How about that?
Relationships. We'll say relationships. But no, you do have a lot of people, and it's like it's understandable because we are human too. So we see that and stuff like that, and it's just like wrestling could be like the only thing that's keeping us together sometimes, besides family and God and all things like that. So I definitely understand that part and that aspect of people leaving and stuff. I'm not a person to say that they're a quitter or whatever like that. I understand stuff happens. When I messed my knee up and I had to get the MRI and that thing was on my leg, I was like, man, this might be it. Because you just don't want to go through that kind of injury again. You don't want to go through that kind of feeling and stuff like that. Sometimes family don't show up to shows. That's a painful thing too, So I definitely understand. So
also at the same time, as far as running the business, like I'm sorry, I know you was trying to wrap it up.
No, you good. No, you good, bro. You good.
Being able to run a business and being able to keep friendship and business is two separate things. That's one of the main keys right there. Because at the end of the day, like we can be friends, but at the same time, we run a business. If you come in and you work for me, you understand that I'm running a business here. So it's not like, hey, bro, like can you just do this for me and this, that, and the other. You don't do that because you understand that this is a business. So however that may go is how that goes. And it's the same as in your show. If I come to your show, it's whatever you want, it's whatever I do. I don't mix those in between until the show is over, and then we can just do whatever we want to do. As far as just staying professional in that aspect, because there's a lot of companies that, like I said, it's friend based. It's not actually out there for the worker. It's out there for the boys. You know what I'm saying? And that was the reason why we formed the company. The company, there is no boys. Yeah, we're all cool. We're all friends. But at the end of the time, the business is business. I give you the rundown.
Yeah.
And if you have an opinion, I could take it. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't fit within the story that we're trying to give, then you know what I'm saying? It's just business. I'm not trying to disrespect you or anything of that on that level. I'm just letting you know this is the vision that we had for that. So that's why we're trying to give that to you. Because at the end of the day, the vision that we're giving, the vision isn't for you. The vision is for the people that we are training. Every match that we end up putting on is a match with a trainee that's trying to learn to get the experience. They can evolve with each and every occurring match because the boys have the knowledge to give to the other people. We're not just going to go out there and just let you do 50 million moves. It's the point of being able to tell a story within every match.
Yeah, and it's very important. And I want to reiterate what you just said about we can be cool and stuff like that, but at the same time, we got a business we got to run. We got to be professional. There's things we got to uphold. There are times where you would say something. It's time to be quiet because you have something important to say. It's the match. Hey, certain people can't be on certain sides of the venue because of we trying to keep it together. This is something that we're trying to show. We can't be, we can't do certain things, Hey, if you need to be quiet, shut the F up. You said it, and I've shut the F up, even though I was already quiet. So I shut the F up twice. So times two. So, and this is the thing. It's like I understand it because I know what it's like. And some people are trying to like turn their lips up. And I'm like, no, this is how they want to do it. And if you don't like that, then you can leave. We could be cool, but we got to be professional at the same time. How we carry ourselves, how we look, make sure you don't smell like 12 cans of bounce that. All of that stuff is like very important to wrestling. And like I said, it's not a lot of companies, and you said it, it's not a lot of companies out here that do that. Enemies, y'all enemies. Y'all just had a first blood match. Now y'all at the bar drinking together.
Right.
So I definitely understand that. So, but I'm gonna let y'all go. But I do want to say I appreciate everything you've done for the business, what you continue to do for the business, what you and Kendra do. Y'all ask me, do I want to be a part of stuff? Y'all don't have to do that. Y'all care about the business. Y'all reached out to people. Y'all help people. I know that sometimes it sucks because some people don't give you the love back or it's not reciprocated. Trust me, I know. We talked about it and stuff like that, but just keep shining, bro. Y'all just keep shining. Y'all just going to continue to get those blessings and stuff like that. The people that overlooked and misused y'all, they're going to regret it. They probably have regretted it already. But I do thank y'all, and I know that y'all are great. Y'all do great things, and y'all contribute to wrestling, so I appreciate that.
Thank you. You as well, man. And luckily, we finally pulled up to the building.
All right. Just showed up. All right. But all right. I'm going to let y'all go. Bye, Kendra.
Chris said bye.
Bye-bye.
She cold. She said bye.
No, I understand. So they go into practice. This is very important. Everybody needs to go to practice. It's very important. I got to go back to practice myself. So you guys be safe. I love you guys.
Let me turn my camera around.
So, they had practice. You see that? Look at that. That's a ring. Martell, we're not doing that today. Martell saying you need to shave. We're not doing that today. We're not doing that.
Tell him he need to lose weight.
Oh, he heard you. He heard you. But
all the sandwiches.
Hey, sandwiches are good, especially with tomatoes. But as y'all can see, a lot of people talk about it. He's about it. He's at practice now. So, like I said, hit him up, hit me up, hit Kendra Hall up. If you guys are trying to practice, want to be more legit, I will direct you to these guys. These guys are great, talented. They'll teach you anything that you need to learn. So, vast knowledge. Martell, we're not doing that today. We're not doing that today. I call it
but I am black. But I am black.
That is true.
He's just mad because he's just mad that he still get called Just Amazing at 5 or 6 shows.
See.
They say
we're not doing that.
They say we look alike.
Yeah. We're not doing that. It's all love today. It's all love today. I need to shave too, so it's okay. Yeah, it's all love. I need to shave myself. But eventually, y'all. Eventually. But enjoy practice. Be safe. And I appreciate you, bro. And I love y'all.
Same here, man. Love you too, man. I'll catch you later.
All right, man. All right, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up because I gotta tend to my baby. Um, Message me about guys y'all want me to interview and stuff like that. I know Rich said John Scrutch. I'm familiar with him. Shout out to him. We've wrestled a couple shows together. I like him. Shout out to him and everything. So there's a few other guys that I have in mind that I do want to interview, talk about the business, what we like, what we don't like, how they started and stuff like that. I really do think that is very important to learn about guys and stuff like that the correct way. But if you guys who are listening, you live in the Illinois, Indiana, Chicagoland area, if you do want to become a wrestler or if you want to train, True Privilege Wrestling, they have Facebook. He has their numbers. The contact information is on Facebook as well. Make sure you guys give them a like, give them a follow, watch some of Just Amazing's matches, watch some of KO Kendra's matches, watch some of the matches that are on their platform, their YouTube channel, and on Facebook. They upload their videos and stuff like that. So if you guys want to practice or need a spot to practice, to sharpen the tools, to perfect your craft, to do anything, make sure you check out True Privilege Wrestling. They are great, good people. This thing is messing up. So, but hope you guys are having a good day. You guys can message me about guys to interview, and I'll see what I can do. I hope you guys are having a blessed day. This is Chris Classic. Let's take it home.